Yo, what's up guys? Tuna here. I wanted to make a video about a strategy that is something that I like to do when I just want to chill. I don't want to worry too much about investing into expensive scarabs or any of the sort. You're going to be using essence scarabs. Now this is an essence strategy. If I'm like off stream, this is kind of like what I like to do because there's no risk of dropping anything big and missing out on like sharing the hype with chat and that kind of stuff. So yeah, but it's also really consistent money. You make about like half a divine per map doing this. Of course, there's going to be a bit of variance between map to map, but your costs are so low. You're going to be using 3 essence scarabs, and these cost 70 divines, 70 of them for 1 div. You have 3 of them. And then you have a scent scarab. It's going to be about 25 for a divine. And 1 stability scarab, which people will give you for free, basically 180 for a divine. And that's all you're going to be doing. You're going to be running this in any map that is going to be tier 8 or higher. You can run scoured maps, you can run alt maps or anything like that. And then you click essence on the device. Most important thing is that you have as many remnants of corruptions as possible. My Atlas passive tree looks like this. Now there is a lot of leeway as to how you do your Atlas passive tree. I actually added June in there just so I could, passively also kill Katarina and get some Veiled Orbs. It is a 30% chance to drop Veiled Orbs at the moment, as stated on the wiki. Now, whether a lot of people are saying like, it's like, oh no, it's a lot less, I went 10 without, but the wiki states 30%, so I'm just gonna believe it. I did actually see about the same results. I ended up grabbing Betrayal on there, and all of the Jensen nodes aside for Crystal Resonance. You do not want Crystal Resonance with this strat. It's really important that you do not click this node, because otherwise this strat will just not work at all. And I will show you in a little bit why. So the reason as to why is because you are going for the Stability Scarab, which says using a remnant of corruption in an area can only result in upgrading or transforming the essence. This means that when you use a remnant of corruption, it is a 50% chance of corroding into, say, like horror essence, insanity essence, and that kind of stuff, right? And otherwise it's just going to be upgrading your essence to a better tier. Now the essences that you want to be corrupting are all the purple ones, and an easy way to remember it is meds. So that's MEDS. It's going to be misery, dread, envy, and scorn, right? That's yeah, misery, envy, dread, and scorn. Yeah, just to get that correct. So those are the essences that you want to corrupt, and this is what a map looks like. I'm just going to be running you guys through a map and kind of what it looks like and what I do to corrupt them. It's really straightforward. It's super easy strat. Get a bunch of Katarinas while you're doing this as well, since the maps are pretty fast. Run through, and every time you see an altar, you can always click that too. Here I didn't get anything. I'm just going to be clicking that. You get a lot of deafening essences too. They add to your profits. Like, you get a ton of money from just the deafening essences as well. And yeah, but we're really just looking for the big essences. Now, I never actually do the Syndicate Laboratory. I do the other Syndicate encounters, but I never do the Laboratory. You can see here we have a Dread Essence, so I'm going to be corrupting that. Unfortunately, we didn't get lucky, but that was a 50% chance of corroding into one of the high tier essences. We're going to be checking out here. We got a Misery Essence, and that turns into a Horror. And the horrors right now are see 1 to 6, about like 6 of them for a divine, 7 for them for a divine or something like that. And as as people craft more and more, like, people are gonna need a ton of these. So yeah, just gonna be leveling him up and imprisoning him so that I can get my intervention. And we're just going to be releasing. So yeah, if you can get Gravicious in transportation as well, that's a bonus. But ideally, all you really want to do is you want to be imprisoning people and running safe houses so that you can get your Katarina as fast as possible. That's sort of what I do with Katarina. I'll get her quick. But the bulk of the money, of course, is going to be from the essences, as this is an essence strat. But yeah, as I said, you can put anything on here. You can put beasts on it as well. I do not recommend doing beasts. I do not like doing beasts because they go in your essences and it slows down your strats substantially. So doing bestiary is recommended. There we go. Everything goes to deafening instead of going is one of the big essences. But the deafening essences are really expensive too. Like it's not just the big essences that cost a lot of money, but you win on average walk out of a map with like 1 to 3. I've even had some maps where I've had like 6 of these, right? So yeah, the variance is pretty big. But overall, if you run these over time, that'll even out and you'll get a ton of these extra essences as well as a ton of deafening essences as you are upgrading everything +1 and you're not having to put in a lot of investment cost with calcification. That kind of gives you a little bit of more peace of mind when setting up for the strategy. So yeah, I've just actually sold my entire tab, and overall I've been making a decent amount of profit for this. Like you do this for a few hours. Now the profit per hour is really variable depending on how fast you go, depending on whether you get, you know, lucky with veiled orbs and that kind of stuff, but we can't include that in the profit. But that is just a quick and really enjoyable strat that I've been running. I will be linking my Atlas passive tree in the description, of course, for you guys to use. And I hope you enjoy the strat. It's just one of those things that's like easy to farm, relatively fun, and just gives you profit over time. Just coming in rather than going for like big hits with a lot of nothing in between. And also the fact that this is accessible by people who do not have a lot of currency. This is probably what I would do if I was just starting the league. I would probably just farm this for a day, 2 days maybe, something like that. Make like 100 divines and then move on to, you know, maybe buying a headhunter, upgrading my character, and you can do other stuff after that. Of course, you're not limited to anything once you upgrade your character. But yeah, I hope you guys found this strat cool, helpful, or anything like that. I'm sorry I don't have like all these numbers. I just felt like maybe this was just a strat to share with you guys. Now, big shout out to Zenem for showing me how you can farm essences without putting calcification and going for high investment, you know. So yeah, thanks Zenem very much for showing me how this strat works, and I hope you guys, yeah, enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.